How did he get in indeed? How did he get in? I'm trying to fix the angle. Because that's kind of annoying. There we go. Hey! Perfection takes time. I don't hear anything.
You sound like you're far away.
Don't I? It's because I am. There we go. There we go. And welcome back to Hashtag Just Saying. I was driving home today.
I did too.
Because I had to. This is
I
where all
wanted
my
to.
this is where all my stuff is. So I had to come home. But I had it's very loud now. I can back up a little bit. I had my winter coat on because even though it is April 16th, it was snowing today.
It was chilly this morning.
And it was also chilly this morning. The man is right. The man is right. It was chilly and it was snowing. And I wasn't happy at all.
Mother Nature's cruel joke.
I mean, I'm not ready.
Late April Fools.
Excuse me, they gave us like a 70-degree day last Saturday.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, and then all this week has been crummy. So I have my winter coat on. And I have in my vehicle, move that up a little bit. I have in my vehicle seat warmers. I warm up the seat. And I do that all the time. Not only because it feels good on my back, I like a warm bottom. I've said that before. I'm on record. A warm bottom. That's some happiness. So, I had on my coat, I had on the seat warmer, and I had the heat on because I was cold. And then I realized about halfway through my journey that I was sweating. And I'm like, wow. Now, have you ever been in your car and the temperature, like, changes? And then you just say to yourself, well, I'm just going to live with it.
Nope.
No, I guess it's just me. It's just me. 9 times out of 10, I don't notice the temperature. Unless I'm cold. If I'm cold, you know.
I look at it all the time.
Really? I was driving with Jay last week and he was like, kind of warm in here. And I went, what is it? He goes, a little? Really? Okay. I mean, I don't notice. So, it took me so long to notice that I was too hot. Like, this is too warm. I don't like this at all.
I'll be driving. I'll be cold.
Yep.
I'll turn the heat on, put it up around 80, 78 to 80.
Okay.
And maybe 5 minutes later, I'm like, Jesus. And I turn it off. Now I'm hot.
I'm gonna...
And 5 minutes later, back on. Hot and cold, hot and cold.
I know. If only you could, like, just kind of... My friend's got a fancy car. She just sets it for the temp, and then it's like... It'll just maintain that temp, and it's like, oh, you fancy. I gotta keep adjusting. That's my life, constantly adjusting. That's a good metaphor. Excuse me, I'm gonna try not to die on mic again.
No, we don't want that.
2 weeks in a row. In a row, mind you. I have, like, had this... Like last week, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't speak. I was like, oh my god. That's 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks.
I know. And it's not, it doesn't help.
No.
It doesn't help anything at all. Nothing at all. So, there was something else I wanted to tell you. And now I don't remember what it is. How has eBay been treating you? Wow, okay.
Still got a couple of those jerks.
Yeah.
The other day I was gonna put an offer down.
Yep.
Well, I did.
Yep.
He's selling an item for $5.
Mm-hmm.
I put $4.26 and he denied it.
That's
Do you really need that extra 70 4 cents.
That's some Ebenezer Scrooge stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, no! Every cent you owe me.
Hmm?
Wow.
So I just said, screw it. And I'm not playing this back and forth game.
Right.
I hit the buy it now for $5.
Okay.
Like we're just talking like almost a 75-cent difference here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make an offer if you're not gonna do a good offer. I mean, take a good deal.
I mean, Sean tells me all the time about people, and he'll like make an offer, and people are like, oh no. It's like, why do you have that button? They're like, I wonder why they have that option there if they never take an offer.
They probably just want to see. I got a good handful of people that will take my offers because I always try to make reasonable offers.
Right.
I don't want a situation where he's offering this for $5 and I say, all right, I'll give it $2.50.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know you're gonna deny that, and that doesn't sound
I
too
know
fair.
you're gonna deny that.
And that doesn't sound too fair. So I'll try to stay maybe within $1 to $1.25.
Yeah.
On that low. If they're selling something for $10, I'll go as low as $6 to see where we can play ball.
Play ball.
Sometimes they'll come back. I'd say it's 10.
Yeah.
I offer 6 or $6.50 just to see. They'll come back with like 9.
Okay.
I'm like, oh really? So now we're gonna play ball within $1, huh?
Play ball.
Cheap ass mofo.
Oh, my goodness.
No one knows how to make a deal.
I'm here for deals.
Like,
Jeez.
if you're selling for 10, I offer you 8. That sounds fair.
I guess.
Take it.
Take it. Take it. Shut up. My God. I don't. I'm not good at bartering. All the quote unquote deals that I've gotten on eBay have been sellers contacting me like, I'll give you 10% off. Win! Let's do it! Because
I take a few of those.
It's like I didn't know they could see you were watching the item. But they can. So it's like, I was watching a couple things, and then they reached out to me, and they were like, hey. It's like,
I got a deal for you.
It's like a car salesman. Hey, saw you got your eye on that Kia. How about 10% off? You got a deal. I mean, I'm just so excited somebody offers me some kind of deal on anything. I'm just like, whoa! Let's do it!
Some of the deals that I get offered back is either $1 or maybe $4 range.
Nice. I mean, and
still good.
It's still good. It's still good. I completely forgot I had ordered a book a couple weeks ago. Actually, more toward the beginning of the month. And I had completely forgotten about it. And then I got a notification like, oh, it's shipped. And I went, oh, okay.
I thought you were going to say it's shit.
And then they said, like, you'll get it on, like, the 29th. And I went, oh.
I want it now.
I'm like, why did you bother telling me that now? It's like, now I gotta wait 8 weeks? But I was sitting there and I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess, whatever. I don't know where it's coming from. And Sean had been like, why don't you just go to the seller page and look at their location? So I did. And it just says United States. But when I looked at because ultimately I got it, it was so weird. I got it the same day I was thinking about it. And I was, wow, that's amazing. How does that happen? I was so excited. And,
I just can't hide it.
I know. I've lost control. Oh my goodness, I went through my, my Spotify the other day. I was dumping out songs, adding songs. I'm like, woo, it's 80s up in here. So, I think I lost it. There we go. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm loud enough. So.
Yeah, but this sounds better.
I know. So, I ended up getting the book, and I looked at the shipping. And the shipping says Kentucky, but above that, it says, like, European something something. And I'm like, did it come from Europe? like the some sort of European market all the way to Kentucky, and then they shipped it to me. That's weird.
That is weird. You should show me that.
I would be happy to if I remember, because I was like, that's weird. It was just bizarre. And then, as it so happened, I got a second book that same day I was looking that I also completely forgotten about.
I wish I could do that.
I mean, I order stuff and then I'm like, oh, I'll get it when I get it. And
Yeah, I wish I could be like that too.
I mean, you get notifications and stuff, and 9 times out of 10, I'm just like, oh, okay. So I had ordered this book, and I freaked my niece out.
Hi, Nikki.
Poor Nikki. I had sent her a text because the book, and I can show the video people.
Show and tell.
The book is called The World of the Unknown Ghosts.
Yay.
See the book there? There we go. I bought it because apparently it's a very famous book. Like it came out in the 70s, the early 70s.
Wow.
And it's a fairly famous book, and it was very popular in like the United Kingdom. So we know what I'm about to say.
Our good friends over there, UK.
So you know what I'm about to say. One of my British men, and that's the picture. His little photo. I have a signed photo of him on the wall, and it's that exact photo, which I thought was so funny. I'm like, that's the same fucking photo I have on my wall.
Yeah, it is.
And I said they picked that picture, but he does the a new forward for it. So I was excited. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. So I took a picture. I took a little selfie of myself with it. And I sent it to poor Nikki, and I said, you want to read my book? And she goes, no, but you have fun. It's like, oh, I will. I will indeed. This past Sunday, man, it was one of those things that I really hate. A lot of times I don't realize things until I'm already removed from it. So I was thinking last Sunday, I said to myself, you know what? Jay and I had gotten up earlier than we usually do, and I record a podcast with him. It's called Lunch Chat if you want to check that out. It's available on all the same formats that this show is.
Which is what?
Except YouTube. Which is iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, whatever that is.
Still playing.
Anchor,
listen.
Spotify.
Watch out. Find us somewhere. You'll see us somewhere.
And Audible. I love that we're on Audible.
We hear you, baby.
I love that. I love that we're on Audible. I'm like, woo! So, I know. So anyway, and for the audio folks, you can watch the first 30 or so minutes of the show on YouTube. You can see me hold up that book. But the show I have with Jay is not a YouTube thing. And so it's just strictly audio. So I managed to record early with him, and then I said, I'm going to head to my folks early. And then in my head, I said, I'm going to head over there early. I'm going to bring my kit, my filming kit, and get over there and play with my with the spirit box and stuff. And I was going to film it in case anything happened. And I was puttering around the house, and then I said, oh, I got to go. I was halfway there when I realized I had forgotten my backpack with all my stuff in it.
Did you turn around?
You know what? It was in my head too. I'm like, maybe I should just go back.
Yeah, I would have. I would have. Slam on that brake and make a UE.
Just because, dumb. Just because I did actually get there before Nikki. My niece Nikki has a rule. I'm not allowed to do the ghost hunting stuff at my mom's house.
When she's there.
If she's there, because she doesn't want to know anything about it. And
I'll go in a different room. You don't have to watch.
Well, the other problem that I incur is that I have to get there before all the children. And there's a...
Well, it's quieter, too, if you think about it.
Yes. And I don't need... What are you doing? What's that? Blah, blah, blah. And I also don't want to give a little child nightmares.
Well, you don't want them... You don't want them taking it to your recorder. Hi, Mom!
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No.
And start singing a song or shit?
No.
No. Give me it.
So,
It's not a toy.
I know. So I was like, because I have to do it when I can manage to get there. Not only before Nikki, but before all the children. Because there's at least...
You don't need the contamination.
Between 3 and 4 of them running around, yeah. So it's
You don't want to mix the sound of them running around with a possible entity.
Yeah. Now, this weekend, I'm going to an old house. I love old creepy things. And I'm going to an old creepy house built from like the 1800s. And it's the owner is Jay's mother's friend.
Fathers, brothers.
I know
cousins,
it's a long chain of event, but really, so he had contacted her on Facebook and he said, "I remember the house as a kid. He was terrified of this house."
God, I wish I was going.
So I said, "Ask her if anything has ever happened in the house." So she asked, and she says, "Not really." And I'm like, "Well, you know what? Just because she said not really doesn't mean that there's nothing." So
skeptics just ignore it.
Yeah, or sometimes they're like they get like a vibe, and they're like, "I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. You got too much."
Peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Peace.
Exactly. You got too much happening.
Peace.
So he had,
What?
no, there's a little piece of tape I saw fluttering around.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, corner of my eye. I gotta fix the
Gee,
whole.
at the same moment you're talking about spooks.
Yeah, I know. I gotta fix the
Your
whole.
friend back?
I mean, it's in my head
Say
to
something.
fix the whole setup, but
Say something.
hopefully the
Open the door.
studio will be moving. But anyway, so
Open the door.
she wants to see him, and subsequently is letting a filming happen at her house, and they're renovating it as well. So I was like,
pisses off spirits.
that's I'm like, dude, I have to get there before they're done renovating because it's gonna be like. So I don't know. I'm just letting people know. I'm probably gonna. I don't know if it's any good. I'll throw it up on one of the YouTube channels.
Normally I'd be going, but I have to help my mother out on tomorrow.
He does. I'm also gonna be doing some what would you call that? Recon. I'm on a recon mission. There's a few spots I want to double check over there for possible future, but you know I love my abandoned asylums, Sean.
Yeah, she's gonna try to find it, and hopefully she does. We will go check it out at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna just save it.
Do you have any idea about the place?
About what place?
The asylum.
Yeah.
Like, is it some place we can get in, or is it just like
that I don't know.
That's
Which is what I'm gonna check out. Yeah.
Bring power drill.
Oh, speaking of which, I know.
You're screwing.
Yes and no. So, a while ago, maybe a year and a half ago, we had gone to a transmitter site for a radio station.
Been that long?
I think so.
Jeez.
And the aerials, because somebody had said the aerials make a weird noise, and there's all this weird phenomena in the sky. So we went to check it out. I know. Ooh. Excuse me.
Ooh.
I know. So we went to go check it out, and we came up empty-handed, but Sean had done a quick walk around the building. And, I mean, that video, just you walking around the fucking building, got, like, I don't know, 800 views, or, I don't know.
Sweet!
It was way too many views for what it was. I was like, how can that be?
I don't know.
So I shook my head. I was like, okay, I guess people are just like walking around a building. But Jay had he used to it. The chain of possession on the building is questionable at best, and so he used to know the guy who owned it. Supposedly he lost it because you don't pay on your stuff, you lose it. And so there's this weird thing because I had been asking, can we get inside? And he asked somebody who I won't name, but they did say, yeah, you can get inside with a drill. And I went,
Yeah, joke about that at the time.
I think you did joke about that in the video. It's like, oh, if I only had a drill.
Because that's small station, right?
Well, it's a transmitter site, so it's very small. It's, yay big. But the sad part of that is someone did do that, and Jay was mad. He was like, what? But and I said, well, did they take anything in the video? I mean, it's like, did they track? And he's like, there's nothing in the building. The building's empty. And I said, oh, so, I mean, what's the big deal, right?
Did we see video of someone else in there before and it had like little dolls in them? I think that's some other place.
You're thinking of some other place. Yeah. I know the place you're thinking of, actually, is the old WHJY building. They had gone in there and there were Simpsons dolls in there.
That's what it was.
And
I remember some type of dolls in the video.
Yeah, and when we finally got there with a key, because I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, the place was completely demolished, and I mean I felt bad about that.
The
state
dolls.
of the building, yeah. And a matter of fact, I didn't even see the doll at all. And if you want to check that video out, it's up on our YouTube channel. It's already up there. It's been up for a while.
Somewhere.
That one is very popular. That got posted in a radio, like some sort of radio group.
Nice.
On, I think, Facebook. Someone had posted that in there.
Nice.
Because I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who frequents that particular group, and said somebody posted the video for the HJY building. I said, yeah. I mean, I remember going upstairs and having the whole, like, seeing all that moss.
Oh, on the floor.
Yeah, and it was very difficult to breathe, and I was like, I can't breathe up here. I have to get out of here. But you had spent, like, 20 minutes up there, so I was like, he already filmed. I'm out of here. You know?
I remember walking down the hallway and I saw, like, two computer mouses on top of a cabinet, and I think I made a joke about telling you there's mice up there.
Possibly. Okay, to switch gears for a little bit. Have you ever used UberEats or DoorDash?
Nope, and I won't.
Do you mind telling me why?
Well, I understand.
It happening! Okay, it's not that bad. I'm done. Okay. I just almost choked to death. I'm okay. Oh, I got scared because I was like, is this happening again? What is going on?
So, I understand that these places,
Yeah.
like, they put all your food in like a container, I guess, and they seal it with something.
Yeah, a little baggie, little sticker. Boop.
Something.
Little smiley
But
face.
in my mind,
Yeah.
they're gonna eat your food on the way there. They'll find some way of lightly, just slowly peeling that sticker off.
Oh my god.
You start eating half your freaking fries before they get to your place. That's the stuff I picture. So now I'll never use them.
So
You're not eating my food on the way there. It's my food.
I had asked Sean about like Uber Eats or DoorDash. I had asked you a year ago. And because your answer was so explicit, I had written it down. So, a year ago when I asked Sean, what's happening here? I don't know what happened there. So, a year ago when I had asked Sean if he would use Uber Eats or DoorDash, you said they'll eat all your fries and stir your drink with their dick.
They probably will.
Just how do you like your lemonade? Wow.
Stirred.
Yeah. Shaken, not
Stirred,
stirred.
not shaken.
Shaken, not stirred. I tell you, I got a phone call. What's today? I never know the day. I'm looking
Friday.
I'm looking at you, so it's Friday. I had a phone call on Friday, and it was a friend. No, because I was working today. So I had a phone call Wednesday, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, right? Excuse me, and it was a friend of mine who was. I talked to this friend for about 45 to 50 minutes while I was working, by the way. And because I didn't really have to say anything, he did 90% of the talking. Oh, it was, I mean, he was telling me all his issues, and I was like, God damn it, brother, this is a saga. I was like, you got a saga. It's a saga now. So I'm like, I don't know what to say. So I eventually hung up. And I mean,
I was tired of listening to him. Yeah,
I know. I know. I was like,
still didn't realize I was gone.
holy crap! I gotta hang up on you. Boom. So anyway, we
Wash the car, feed the dogs, do my homework.
we mutually hung up. We ended the conversation mutually. And I mean, when I hung up with him, I was just sitting there and I was like, Jesus. You know when people like drop such heavy shit on you and you're just sitting there and you're like, fuck. And I was staring at my monitor.
Shut up.
I was just staring at my monitor for a couple minutes and then I went, man, I want a muffin. I was like, this was such a saga. I need a muffin now. I was like, I would love a muffin. Just a nice warm muffin. So I texted Jay and I was like, I just spoke with so-and-so and he said, oh, how'd that go? And I was like, I need a muffin. And he goes, is that good or bad? I said, I don't know, but I'd like a muffin. And he said, he goes, well, maybe you can run up to the
Muffin store.
There's a little restaurant around the corner here. He's like, maybe you can run up there. And I said, I think they're closed now, and I can't spend I mean, I have to work. I can't just be like, peace! I'm going to get a muffin. Deuces, y'all. I said I'd have to wait until my lunch break, and by then I may not want a muffin.
No, you probably want something else.
Yeah. So I briefly, for a moment, considered like an UberEats DoorDash kind of thing. And then I was like, they'll fondle my muffin. I was like, I can't have them fondle my muffin. They'd like juggle it, chuck it at their windshield 8 times. You're like, fuck your muffin. And all your muffin.
Your muffin's cold.
I know.
I'll warm it up for you.
Yeah.
Leave it there on the way.
Sit on it. You crushed my muffin.
It was like that. I didn't do it.
Couldn't have been like that. And I couldn't justify using a service just for one thing. Like that was
They're
my.
probably like, are you serious?
Excuse me,
Taking
like
a muffin to the house.
Like that was my problem as well. I'm like, I can't put in a muffin order.
I bet I get a good tip out of this.
I'd have to order multiple muffin. And I'm like,
Doesn't.
I'd have to order multiple muffin, and I want a muffin now, and I can't say that I'd want a muffin tomorrow. You know, when you sometimes you want something that moment, and it's like, well, I don't want that now. It's like I bought I have one of those little variety packs of cereal, and
The little boxes?
yeah, the little boxes, and I've had a few.
They haven't changed in size?
No. And I've had a few, and I'm like, you know, sometimes you just don't want cereal, and I'm like, But it's a variety pack, so there's like 12 different flavors, and I want none of them.
What I want is at the store.
It's like, there's 12 of you, and I hate all of you right now.
Screw you all.
I mean, that's the muffin problem. It's like, I want a muffin today. Tomorrow I might wake up and go, ooh, I don't want any muffins.
I want a donut.
Yes. There's always time for
Nice
donuts.
fresh, soft donut from Ducky's.
I don't know. Sometimes Dunks doesn't have the proper donuts. Maybe I go there at the wrong time of day. It's like I could.
Before 2 is pretty good.
Before 2.
After like 2 or 4, you might get those. You have a good chance of them saying, "Oh, we don't have those." Why?
I went to. I prefer Honeydew. Aw. I prefer the Honeydew donut chain. Aw. And there's only a couple. There's really not that many anymore. But I used to go there as a kid. And I went there trying to get some donut. And I mean, it's the regular like glaze that you would call at like Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I'd like a glazed donut, please.
Yeah, that's what you gotta call it now.
Yeah.
I used to call it honey dip.
Yeah, I mean,
I want some.
At Honeydew, it's called a honey dip. So like, I'd like a honey dip donut, and
It's not really honey either, is it?
No, not at all.
Why call it honey dip?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
I have no idea. If I knew why people called things certain things, it's like, how did you get that name?
That's what I like to know with medications.
Oh,
What do they come up with?
don't even start with the drug medications, man. I think it's just like a conglomeration of all the crap that's in it. And they're like, let's call it acetaminophen. I don't know if that's a real medication. I was talking to a friend of mine on Tuesday, and she goes, we were talking about medications, and she goes, because she's not on any medications, and she's around our age, and I said, well, I'm
she's
not.
young?
Yeah, right. And I said,
We're all young and less than young.
I said, I'm not on any medications yet. I was like, but, I'm just waiting for the day my doctor's like, I gotta put you on this thing. I said, I got a friend who's on a blood pressure medication. He's been on medications for years.
Mm-hmm.
What that was.
And one for AFib.
Oh, my goodness. There you go. See? You're just racking them up. You have the little...
One little white one for cholesterol.
Oh, you got the whole pill caddy.
3.
Jesus! Pill caddy's full for you. Jesus. So...
Yes, I got the little Sunday through Saturday thing going.
Nice. So, she goes, I'm not on any medications. And I said, well, I'm not
Lucky.
yet. I said, I'm not on any yet either. I was like, but, TikTok on that stuff. And she started laughing, and she goes, yeah. Her husband had to recently go on a medication. And, of course, when they give you stuff, they tell you all the side effects for whatever it is you're taking. And I guess the side effects for, like, they're just basic, like, you might get diarrhea. You might vomit uncontrollably. And she was telling me, I started laughing. I was like, it's funny. It's like when they tell you, like, you see those commercials for, like, the anti-anxiety medications and stuff. And it's like, oh, may cause anal leakage, rapid diarrhea. And I was like, that's no help, because I'm watching the camera because we're kind of stalling out.
What?
And I said, that's no help because,
Stalling out?
yeah, it's, what would you call that? Buffering. It's a buffer. Anyway.
No!
I know. I said, because, if the side effects are, like, random diarrhea and all that stuff, you're gonna have anxiety anyway. I was like, why don't you just not take the medication, deal with not having it? I was like, you'll still have the anxiety, but you won't have diarrhea.
What would you rather, anxiety or diarrhea?
Exactly. I said, sometimes the side effects are not worth whatever you're taking the medication for.
Well, it's weird, too, the commercials.
Yeah.
We got this for you. It's going to help this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
You feel great. You feel better. You can do this and that.
You can ride a horse again.
Here's at least 8 things that could go wrong for you, though.
Oh, yeah.
But take it anyway. But you'll still feel these 3, 4 positive things
Yeah.
compared to this 8 or 10 negative.
You know what I love? Secretly, I laugh at them. Is the erectile dysfunction Viagra type commercials where they show the couple, and oh, aren't they a lovely couple? And you're like, she ain't getting no sex at all. How is she that happy?
Acting.
Yeah, and then like they list all the horrible signs. They're like, you know, and consult your doctor if an erection lasts longer than 12 hours. I'm like, if you have a 12-hour, you should be calling somebody.
You got a 12-hour
after a
reaction.
couple.
You got a 12-hour erection.
Yeah.
She should be getting all the sex in the world she wants when she can.
Yes, my friend, but I think after a couple hours you should probably consult a doctor. That's just my personal opinion.
I was going to say, just take a little break, have a little drink or something, and start up again. Ride it.
Have some lemonade, play ring toss. Jesus.
Do laundry, hang it off there.
Yeah. Jeez. I
You
mean,
want to dry that on me? Here you go.
I honestly didn't plan on talking about Viagra. And...
No, we just skewered right off.
Yeah.
We were talking about donuts. And then I brought up medication needs.
How do you... We're totally
Using the donuts on the erection. Hey, drink toss.
I know. I mean, if you...
Honey, lay down. Oh, just a minute. Oh, got it.
It's a bad connection. I feel bad for the YouTube folks. I can see it's buffering. I told you,
It was like
buffering.
pausing for like a second or something?
Yeah.
It's always something.
You know, I mean, I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say when it comes to YouTube.
Pardon
Anyway.
me, I have nothing to say.
But anyways, I mean, consult your doctor. If it lasts that long. You got problems. I started watching, and this is completely going in a different direction. But I started watching, I love a good documentary.
I love them.
Oh, yes. So I was watching this documentary. It's called, like, I don't know, The Killer Next Door or something. I don't know. It's some weird, I forget the name of it. It's on Netflix, though. And when I started watching the documentary, it's about this guy, right? There's this married couple. And she fell down the steps and she died. And
Right.
well, yeah, I mean, this is where I'm going with this,
That's
right?
what they all say. Oh, they fell down the steps.
She fell down the steps and she died. But I mean, I was looking at they showed the crime scene photos. Awesome.
Well, really dead.
I mean, she was old. She was dead. DD. So, I mean, there was an awful lot of blood for somebody who fell down the stairs. I'm like, even if she cracked, I mean, the head bleeds like a champ. And she had, like, really cracked it. And they're like, the cops are like, there's no way she did this on a fall, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, so they're blaming the husband. Now, in the beginning of the documentary...
Well, he's always the first suspect.
As he should be.
Or if he's dead, she's always the first suspect.
As he should have been, because she was rich. I'm like, ka-ching. Brother is, well,
That's what he
yeah.
was hearing when she went down the steps.
Now he's rich.
Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
Now he's rich. Now, I would say now he's rich, but he's spending all of his money on his legal defense. Like, I feel really bad for him. Well, I don't feel bad for him, but... So, in the beginning of the documentary, I was like, oh, he's guilty. He is guilty. Capital G.
Well, we said that about OJ.
Rob did it. Rob did it. He did it.
We were all saying OJ was guilty.
Well, I can't get into that today. Excuse me. So,
Well, it would have worked if they didn't change the gloves to a smaller pair.
leather shrinks in weather. That's why he couldn't get the glove on. It had been left out in the rain.
Oh, that, and he wasn't really trying either.
This is true. Anyway, I thought this guy did it, and then midway through this documentary, which I still haven't finished because it's like a 12-part documentary,
It was a butler.
I'm sitting there going, I think he's innocent. I don't think this dude did it. 100% he's innocent. And now I'm his biggest advocate. I'm like, go, get it. Now, it looked really bad for him because at one point, he was in the military. And he was stationed in Germany with his wife, then wife. And they lived next door to their friends. Now, apparently, his friend had passed away. It was just the wife. He would go over there often and help her with things, platonically. And she passed away, and he adopted her 2 little girls.
Aww.
Now, there was nothing that he gained from her death aside from having to take care of her 2 daughters, right? And he already had a family. He had, like, two sons, I think, with his then wife. So, I was like, oh, man, this dude, what a champ. Taking on somebody else's issues. Woo. Yeah, that's right, I call children issues. Because I'm sure they had them. So, as it turns out, the prosecutor, I believe...
I thought you were going to say prostitute.
The prosecutor had looked into it, and they had called Germany, and as it turns out, this woman died by falling down the steps. And I went, oh no. Oh
There's
no.
a lot of that going around.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm like, this looks very bad for you. This looks very bad for you. I don't remember his name. Bill? I don't know. Jeff. It looks so...
It's Jeff.
It looks so bad for you, Jeff. Flee. I'm like, oh my god. So the part of the documentary, and I can't give you the ending because I don't know it yet. But the part of it, I'm in the court. That's where I am. That's where I left off with the documentary. Is I'm in court, and we were watching it, and lawyers are just horrible human beings. No matter what side of the coin you're on. And
Sharks.
I'm sorry if you're a lawyer, but I'm not that sorry. And you have to be so tricky and know all these little things. Yeah, you need to be tricky and know tricks. And Jay looks at me and goes, man, I could have never been a lawyer. He's like, look what a scumbag you have to be. Exactly. And I was like, I know. Oh. He's like, but we'd be rich. I was like, actually, I can't even picture you'd be the one honest lawyer in America. I was like, and we'd be poor because you'd be like, oh, my client did it. She fell down the steps, Your Honor. I don't know.
She's a klutz.
Yeah. Well, her blood alcohol was like 0.8. And she had flip-flops on and tried to go up these narrow, dark steps. So they're like, and the steps are circular, and she misstepped, and she was drunk and taking Valium, and she fucking fell. And I'm like, okay. And supposedly, as she tried to get up, she kept banging her head on the door.
When the Valium drops, she drops.
When the Valium drops, so does the body. I mean, she kept supposedly banging her head on the corner of the thing, because that's where all the blood splatter was. But I was sitting there, and, in my forensic mind, I'm like, look up at the ceiling. There's no cast off. I don't think he killed her. Like, just call me. I'll look over your crime scene for you. Jeez. My goodness. I know that's probably a morbid thing to leave you on, but we're going to leave you anyway. Maybe by next week, I'll know what happened. Thank you.
We'll tell you. Maybe
you should watch it yourself.
Yeah,
if you're interested.
You have a week. Watch it and then watch it. Spoiler.
Exactly. Sorry if it's happening again, but that's okay because we're saying goodbye.
Do we have a spirit right here?
No. We will see you next time. Sean's got something to say. Tell him, Sean.
Have a good everything and watch your step.
Oh, yes. Stay away from that guy.
Always have another person with you in case. Called witnesses.
Yeah. Well, he had none. He had the dog. He can't reach.
Boop, 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 boop.
What the actual fuck?